Well, I had a couple camping trips, short ones, as it turns out. Um, the electrical system kept acting up. So on the very first trip, oh, looks like I spilled water. I'm a sloppy boy. On the first trip, there was a bunch of sparking that was going on with the uh, alternating current inside of the circuit breaker. Um, that seems like it was like a screw had worked its way loose or something when traveling to the campsite. So it was like bouncing around and carrying on and stuff. The second time, which was yesterday, I get to a campground and I get there, set everything up, turn everything on. Um, it's a super hot day, so air conditioner's going, and I go for a walk. And I get back like an hour later, and everything seems to still be going all right. But within a few minutes of being back, the whole system shut off, like the inverter, the head unit, just everything. And there were no more lights on the inverter, so it must have entered into like some sort of a safe mode. So naturally, I was pretty grumpy about it, and I was an hour away from home, so I just went ahead and went home and decided to, sometimes when you're like real frustrated and you're really close to a problem, the best thing to do sometimes is just step away for a little bit. So I tried to calm my mind and went to sleep, enjoyed the thunderstorm, woke up in the morning, and just kind of had a shower thought. I was like, you know what? I sized this system to be a 12 volt system, but I wonder if the continuous amperage draw is just too much, like say for the batteries. And so I did a little bit of math, and yeah, it's drawing like 125 amps continuously. So I hit up the Gippities and was like, hey, ChatGPT, let me explain this setup. These are the components I have. This is the mini split I have. This is the battery configuration. And this is like, what's going on. Like it keeps shutting off like this. What could it be? And yeah, even the AI, even the Jippity was like, hey, dude, you're drawing way too much current. It could be like, it'd be better if you bumped it to a 24 volt system, because by doubling the voltage, you have the current. So it's like, all right, cool. Well, let me look into that. Look into it. And yeah, the inverter I have, this Victron inverter, it's only meant for a 12 volt input. There is another version for 24 volt, but they're not, it's not like a switch that you just flip or anything. It's a completely different unit, which is irritating because it's like $1,000. So on the one hand, I now appreciate why people just recommend just doing a 24 volt system. All right, so talking to the gyppies and was like, hey, what other options, do we have? Like different air handler units, that kind of a thing. Maybe something that's meant for an RV. So it gave a few like good options. One's from EcoFlow. It's an air conditioner. Looks like Bouge RV makes one. So there's like a few options, and they're like anywhere from $200 to $500, which isn't great, but it's also, it's not like a $1,500 air conditioner, dedicated RV air conditioner for like a large RV. This is only a 12 by 6 cargo trailer, so it's what, 72 square feet. So it doesn't need a whole lot. And it's fully insulated, like the floors, the ceiling, the walls. And so, yeah, might be able to just swap out the existing mini split and put in a dedicated RV unit for like, small RV unit for like $300 or something. Those things draw something like 400 watts continuous. So it's still going to be, a fair amount of amps. So I need to investigate, if that is also going to be too much. I mean, it's half of the wattage of the mini split. The mini split's drawing 850 to 900 watts. So you divide that by, 12, and it's a big chunky, amperage. But this is what, I don't know, math in the head is hard. But these other units draw like 400 watts continuous. So at the very least, it's half. There's some other things that can be done for increasing, like I could add some more solar panels so that there's more power available during the day. I could add some more batteries. But, doing those things, each one is a few $100. And so starting to rapidly get up to where, the price is like, well, you might as well just, get the correct inverter. I don't know. It's frustrating, but this is part of Agile development, and figuring these things out. It's definitely one of those things I heard where, like, when researching, it's like commonly people will upgrade from a 12 volt to a 24 volt system, but it just never really registered in my head, like why that is the case. The gyppies are saying that the lithium iron phosphate batteries that I have very well could be, since they don't communicate with each other, they act as standalone batteries. So the internal battery management systems don't talk. It could be that the BMS is making it enter a safety posture, I guess. I don't know. But it puts it into a safe mode to protect the batteries from overcurrent. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. Because, like, just the raw numbers, I mean, it's pushing the boundaries, but it should have been. Seems like it should have been fine. But you got inefficiencies, on the inverter, you got inefficiencies, of course in the wires, not much, but a bit. And yeah, any number of things could be doing it. A little frustrating, but figuring it out. And, gaining some of this experience and make the next system that I build out or help with, go that much smoother for sure. I'm definitely not as intimidated on putting one of these systems together, either for a cabin or standalone work shed, anything like that. It's just kind of frustrating, wanting the air conditioner for going out. That was the other thing, completely unrelated to the electrical. It was like, yeah, on the one hand, like, I'm excited to go see one of these new places, but the other thing that hit me yesterday, I was like overwhelmed with sort of loneliness. So here I was at this beautiful, cool place, and it's just me, and nobody to share it with. And yeah, like, I don't mind being alone, but feeling lonely, that sucks. So yeah, feeling lonely, and the air conditioner not working, and it being really hot out. Yeah, it was a bit much yesterday. But I'm back home, and excited to see my friends today at the gym. And it's also nice to be able to come out here and do a little bit of walking. So that's about it.